welcome back to my channel. I had to go to Bozeman to visit family, so I decided why not just record the drive so you guys can check out a ride with me from Bozeman to Billings. So we're starting on the Bozeman end and we are about to drive through the Bozeman Canyon, through the Bozeman Pass, and make our way east. As you can see, there's a little bit of snow in the mountains. There's really not much on the roads at all, just a little bit of ice on the side. So the road conditions are really good, but this just gives you an idea of what this drive is like. I know that usually if you're driving in and you're visiting the area that you're likely going to travel this highway at some point. A lot of people, they don't just stop in Billings. I know you're going around checking out a lot of different cities throughout the state. So I figure this would help if you're planning a road trip. All right, that was the pass, and now we're going on the Livingston side. I actually think that I have seen more accidents, more rollovers, more people off the side of the road coming down on this hill that we're coming to, making our way, like descending down into Livingston. I always see more people going off the road over here, like up here to the right just a little bit. This area right here, this is where I usually see the most accidents in my travels back and forth. And guys, I do a lot of interstate driving through Montana. I have family in Bozeman, I have kids in Bozeman, and I do a lot of back and forth driving for my parenting schedule, so I see it a lot. This area, you definitely want to be careful if you are driving here in the wintertime. The next town we're going to be driving through is Livingston, so let's go. We're coming up on the exits for Livingston. There's about 3 of them. Livingston is a pretty big town now. There's a lot of folks that can't afford the prices in Bozeman, and I don't blame them. It's crazy expensive to live in Bozeman. So Livingston is often a place that people are looking at to still be close to the Bozeman area. And Livingston is like the beginning to get to Yellowstone National Park. So you take 89 south here, this next exit through Paradise Valley. I mean, look at these gorgeous mountains. This is like my favorite mountain range ever. And if you take 89 south, it takes you all the way to Gardner to the entrance of Yellowstone National Park. Livingston has some fabulous local restaurants. There's a Mexican restaurant downtown that I absolutely love. And my favorite brewery, Katabatic Brewery, is a must stop if you like beer. Definitely stop and check out Livingston. If you're driving this portion of the interstate and you need to make a stop, definitely do so in Livingston. It's going to be the last stop for a while with those bigger named fast food places like McDonald's and Taco Bell and those kind of places. This is a good stop to eat and stretch your legs. The next place we're going to be going to is Big Timber, and while it's a great town and has a lot of awesome local spots, if you're looking for fast food, you're not going to find it in Big Timber. So let's go ahead and check out the rest of this interstate drive. You know that Dixie Chick song, Wide Open Spaces? Every time I drive through here, I want to start singing that song. Wide open spaces, room to make your big mistakes. All right, I'm gonna stick to my day job, y'all. I am tone deaf, but I can definitely guide you through buying a house. One thing to know about Livingston and the areas east of Livingston all the way to Big Timber, this drive is very windy, and it's windy all year round. It doesn't really matter when, and if it's snowing, you do have to be careful of blowing snow. That is super common in this stretch of the interstate. This part of the interstate is so gorgeous. I love it. You're gonna drive through this little kind of valley. It's often shady through here and the sun doesn't shine very much, so if it is winter driving, you will come across some ice over here. You're gonna have the Yellowstone River on your left. You can catch glimpses of it right now, and this is like coming into the Big Timber area. So we're approaching Big Timber here in the next couple miles, and then after Big Timber, when we get through Reed Point, we actually drive over the Yellowstone River and it ends up being on the right hand side. This is really just a beautiful scenic drive on this interstate. These are the Crazy Mountains. We are coming up on the Big Timber exits. This also takes you to like the north central parts of the state. So if you're looking to go to Lewistown, Harleton, areas a little bit further north, this is a good exit to take. And Big Timber is very, very windy. I don't remember a time I've stopped in Big Timber and the wind wasn't blowing. And they have really great local restaurants. Remember, there are no like McDonald's fast food drive-thrus in Big Timber, but they have some fantastic local restaurants like the Grand and Iron Star Pizzeria, Thirsty Turtle, some really great spots there, and a new brewery as well that I haven't had a chance to check out. So this is a great stop if you have a little bit more time to check it out and enjoy it. We just passed through Big Timber. There is a little area just beyond Big Timber called Gray Cliff. There is a new spot called the Gray Cliff Mill. I haven't had a chance to visit, but I've heard it's a good place to stop and get coffee. And I don't know if they have like local things that you can buy, exactly what it is, but it's worth researching and finding out what it is. And when I get some extra time, I definitely want to stop at this mill. And then just beyond the Gray Cliff Mill is the small town of Reed Point. There is nothing to stop and go to or see in Reed Point. There's a post office if you need it, but other than that, you're usually going to just drive on through to Columbus. Oh, hey, it's Reed Point, that small town I was telling you about. Coming up here, we are crossing over the Yellowstone River. We're going to make the trek to Columbus. Columbus is where we start talking about areas still close to Billings. There are plenty of people that live in Columbus and work in Billings. It is its own fully functioning town. It has medical clinic, shopping, grocery, hardware store, restaurant, local restaurants. It has McDonald's, coffee, gas stations. But if you're still looking to be living out of town and have a small town vibe and still be close to the city amenities, Columbus is about a half hour away. And so let's go ahead and drive by and check that out off the interstate. Here's the exit for Columbus. Really great place to stop. There's even a hotel here. The sun is setting on this town right now, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I think Columbus is a great spot if you're looking to be out of town a little bit, maybe have some more land. Columbus is also really close to the Beartooth Mountains and all of that wonderful wilderness there is to explore out there. Now that the sun is pretty much set, the camera might be a little more blurry as it has a hard time to focus without as much natural light. However, we are coming up in the areas of Park City. This is also a good spot to be out of town, outside of the city of Billings. A lot of people commute from Park City into Billings. So if you're, again, looking for that small town feel, Park City is another good spot. But we are coming into Yellowstone County from Stillwater County, just for your information. We're coming up on the Laurel exits. There's a few exits for Laurel. The first one's going to be West Laurel. That will take you all the way through the cities just south of Billings on the way to Red Lodge. And Laurel is just a really cool small town. It's got a great vibe. It has its own schools, and it is just west of Billings. If you're looking to be close to Billings, like if you're going to be working there or you need to be close to the amenities and shopping, Laurel is still a great spot and a little bit more affordable than Billings. Oftentimes, home prices are a little bit less in the Laurel area. Laurel's a pretty one-stop shop though. You have Walmart there, hardware store, grocery store, everything that you need is in Laurel, but those big box shopping stores are going to be just 10-15 minutes down the road in Billings. I always feel like you're getting close to Billings when you see the first oil refinery. We do have 3 refineries in the area. It's awesome. It brings a lot of jobs to the area. And all you naysayers out there, yeah, they might be unsightly, but this provides jobs for our community. It's great for our local economy. So this exit we're coming up on is the main one that people use for Laurel. It gets you to their downtown, to the Walmart. And if you go to the right off the exit south past the refinery, that takes you to Red Lodge. Be careful through this section of the interstate. The speed limit for most of this drive was 80 miles per hour. And then when you get into the Laurel area, it drops down to 65 miles per hour. They do run radar a lot, so I'm warning you now to watch your speed. Obviously, as you can see, the part of the drive that we're taking now looks a little different from where we came from and where we started. The river runs through here on my right-hand side, the Yellowstone River. And it's a lot more flat here and plateaus. We have more of that like sandstone type of rocks. I don't know exactly what kind of soil we have. That's not my expertise, but it definitely looks like more plateaus, especially when you're approaching the rim rocks. It's just a different vibe. I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. This is the definition of big sky country to me. Now let's drive from Laurel to Billings. We're going to start seeing more civilization, for lack of better word. We'll see more businesses from the interstate, houses, shopping, signs for advertising. So we are just in between Laurel and Billings, and we're approaching all of those Billings exits. There's quite a few of them. Here's the start of the Billings exits. This one is Zoo Drive. On my right hand side, that big building you can see that is just zoomed in on, that's Furniture Row. So that's one of many places to buy furniture in the area. Now Zoo Drive is the name of the exit, so one can assume that the zoo is located here on Billings West End. There's a lot of new house development on this end. There's shopping. We have the big Shields outdoor store. That's over here. Harley Davidson is over this way. There's a lot going on this side of town. This next exit can actually take you two places. You can get to the West End shopping along King Avenue and also directly to downtown. So it splits off in two completely different directions, and it's kind of confusing at first. Like your first time here, it might be a little wonky, so just follow the signs. King Avenue is going to have most of that big box shopping. So if you think of Home Depot, Lowe's, Bed Bath & Beyond, World Market, PetSmart, Best Buy, those are big box shopping stores. Those are going to be all along King Avenue. This is the exit you'll want to take. Here's the exit, and even though it says West Billings, you still have to get off there if you want to go to downtown. Now there's another exit for downtown. That's just a really great way to also get there. The next exit is for South Billings. South Billings Boulevard will take you to south of town if you're looking to go to the City of Billings landfill. We also have some homes out there in the Blue Creek area. And then if you take South Billings Boulevard to the left, that will take you to the south side area of Billings. And it also actually loops back around so you can get to the west end as well. The South Billings Boulevard exit will take you to Cabela's and also to Sam's Club. The next exit is our main exit for downtown. It's 27th Street. That's a main corridor that runs all the way from this interstate through the south side, downtown, and then right up to the top of the Rimrocks at Airport Road. 27th Street is also where our two main hospitals are located. There's another refinery right on the left. The next exit we're coming up on takes you to either Lockwood or the Heights. You do have to kind of come along the Yellowstone River and then you drive over the Yellowstone River to get into the Heights, or you can just take a right off the next exit into Lockwood. And then just beyond that exit, which will not be in this video, there is another exit for Lockwood. Now, Lockwood is still a Billings zip code, 59101. We just call it the Lockwood area. When you're writing letters, you don't actually put Lockwood, Montana, but it does have its own schools. So it's just a little section of Billings. But this is the last exit we're going to go because I actually live off of this exit and I'm heading home right now from seeing family in Bozeman. This will take you to Lockwood, Billings Heights. It will also get you over to the Roundup area. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click to subscribe to stay tuned for my updated 15 things you need to know.